I think therapy is a loss leader.
Yes, therapy is a loss leader. You use therapy to bring them in. I can tell you a business that kind of does that. Amazon. Amazon makes little to no money. Actually, they go in the red. Amazon went in the red for their first 13 years. Now, Amazon has become a multi-$100 billion profit company, and their main business is the loss leader.
This is Secrets for Success.
So this is what I'm seeing. This is what I'm seeing in the consulting space. Okay. You've got three groups at AT. If I'm wrong or if you want to add, please add to this. Okay. You have those that are, okay, everybody knows that traditional insurance in and of itself it's a struggle. Now, are some people even doing anything about it? Absolutely not. They're not doing anything about it. And they're just going to keep on going until it dies. And you even said to me the other day, it's like, you've got about 3 to 5 years left in this. And after that, you're done.
And I'm sorry.
Right.
That's to be true.
So let me tell you what is happening. This is what I see. I see three groups of consultants. And I believe that you have the ability to be a new group. I want to make it clear. This is where I say, when I say you're clueless, I don't mean you as a person's clueless. I just don't know if you understand the opportunity that is available to you. Group number one, right now, there are consultants, coaches that are very old school. And they are riding the last wave of, all right, we're going to help people in the insurance world. But what you're going to do is you're going to plead. Like, their hope is, let's plead with Blue Cross, let's plead with Medicare, let's lobby, let's do this, let's do that. Come on, we know that. Like, if you want to see what that is, go to your traditional PPS, APTA, CSM.
I was a lobbyist. Okay. I went to Washington. I went to Washington.
So that's group number one of consultants. Continue to do the insurance thing. Let's hope and pray that the powers that be will somehow, some way give us more money. That's group number one. And I can name them if you want me to, but that's group number one. Group number two is like what my buddy is doing right now in Orlando. They're saying insurance is dead. Cash is the way to go. Okay. I'm not saying there's anything wrong. I just don't think that is the way. Okay. I don't think that's the only way. Group number three is me. Group number three is, I'm not saying to let go of insurance. I'm not saying to let go of cash. What I'm saying is, don't trade all of your time for money. Diversify yourself and have other income streams, and give yourself the ability to not just be relegated to your geographical location. Okay. So that's me. I'm group number three. Why does that work for me? Could I be group number one? I could be. Could I be group number two? I could be that too. The reason why I'm group number three is because of what they just told you just a while ago. I love technology. This to me is play. So me doing this,
I believe that.
I mean, you see that, right? You see that. There's no like, okay, it's time for you guys to go. Like, I'm doing tech. I'm doing content. I'm doing like AI. Like, this stuff, if I wasn't working, I'm doing this anyways. So I might as well get paid for it.
Might as well.
Like, so I love this stuff. So it makes sense for me. And I truly do believe that everybody should diversify. I believe that's just a smart, safe thing to do. Okay, so that's the three groups. Here's group number four. Group number four, I believe, is you. The reality is that 75% of people still have insurance. And me just having, by the way, I still have an insurance clinic. Me having insurance is probably one of the best marketing tools you can have. The fact that I just take United and I take Blue Cross Blue Shield and I take TRICARE. I don't know if we take Cigna anymore, but you take Aetna, you take Medicare, you just take them. That keeps your clinic going. But what you have done is you also are self-aware enough to know that if I just do this, it's not going to work. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get creative, and I'm going to use insurance as a loss leader.
That is the entire premise of that's the premise of our business now.
Right.
I think therapy is a loss leader.
Yes. Therapy is a loss leader. So you tell me, who is teaching that? Who's teaching that? Who's teaching that therapy is a loss leader? You use therapy to bring them in. You use them to bring them in. You know how many businesses do that? Where they have their core thing is, let's just bring you in. I can tell you a business that kind of does that. Amazon. Amazon makes little to no money. Actually, they go in the red. Amazon went in the red for their first 13 years. Their first 13 years, they went into red. But what they did is, you just selling products that have a thinner margin than Walmart is not a great business model. But what they did is, once they came in and there was value and there was trust and there was goodwill in the marketplace, then what they said is, okay, now here's what we could do. Let's make the whole experience better. Let me get you your stuff quicker. Amazon Prime. What is that now? What is it? $14 billion business per year. Okay. What else are they doing? All right. Let's add, AWS. Let's add ways for you to be able to stream on your content. AWS goes down. Every single software platform goes down. So now Amazon has become a multi-$100 billion profit company, and their main business is the loss leader. So that's what I believe you're doing. And that's what I believe even the insurance casino, why betting on reimbursement will leave you broke and how to stack the odds in your favor. You tell me a consultant right now that's doing this.
I don't know of any.
Okay. And that's the reason why I say that, since you don't have anything out until now this book is out, that's why I say that you don't even know what you have on your hands.
And I think, and I think that's how I started, just like a lot of other, other providers. You think you need to take every single insurance.
Right.
Until you realize, I can't.
I can't.
I can't do this anymore.
I think you understand that now, hey, this is a loss leader. I'm not going to make insurance and me seeing visit after visit the way that I'm going to make money. But if that's the way that I'm bringing in clients, to me, it's no different than a cash practice that says, hey, I'm going to spend $5,000 a month on advertising. You could spend $5,000 a month on advertising, or I could lose $5,000 a month and get all the patients because they're on an insurance company that insurance says this person's in the network. It's just a different mindset. But the problem is that if you don't have all of these tools and all of these solutions that you have, it won't work. But it's working for you.
And we're in the middle of nowhere.
And you're in the middle of nowhere. So let's do this. Let's keep it going. I want to, can you tell me a little bit about your practice, how long you've been in practice, and kind of your transformation and what led you to doing this?
I started in 2014 and and I've been in practice ever since. And I started out with having, everybody under the sun. Mm-hmm. And until there came a time when I literally was late at night on a Friday night and I leaned up against the wall. There was no lights on in the clinic except for mine. And I just sunk to the floor thinking, I can't do this anymore. This is stupid. How in the world can I possibly keep going? And then you use your patients like numbers, because that's what I was trained in corporate world. Mm-hmm. And then I treated my therapist like that. Hey, we need more money, more hours, more units, until they leave you. Mm-hmm. And then you realize I value people, I value patients, I value staff. So once you started turning, step back and think, I've got to be a leader that I've got to start practicing as the leader I want to be, mm-hmm. as opposed to the leader I am. Yeah. And that was I was so scared and nervous to start out on your own. And then when you fail over and over and over again, I know that I had to realize that, what, where do I want to be? And start acting like that person. Mm. And that's when I thought, okay, yeah, you fake it until you make it. And then when you start surrounding yourself with an amazing team, which I can tell you, I don't think that there's a better team than what I have. And you start doing the numbers. My husband is now part of the business, and he's a numbers guy and a spreadsheet guy. And then he says, no, we have to cut this. And I was like, oh no, I can't, these are our people. Right. And he says, no, like, do you want to stay in business or not, or do you not? It's pretty black and white. And it was hard, but then, you rip off that Band-Aid. Like, the best part about it, it's like those people who do come to you in cash, you don't have a cancellation. Right. Like they don't cancel. They never cancel.
You get a lot of people that transition and start with insurance and they move over to cash-based services, or they move over to memberships or any other service beyond their insurance?
Yeah, yes. And we started offering a lot of things that aren't covered by your insurance.
Okay.
And our whole goal, like you, I love technology and I love like our hands are good, but I know I'm getting older. These hands, they can't do it all anymore.
Right.
And I need something. I started with, what tools can I use that is not just, set it and forget it. Like what kind of tools are out there that help me become a better diagnostician, I guess, like I want, like what makes me a better clinician, and what kind of skills, what kind of technology is out there that if I'm not there, somebody else can easily do it.
Right.
And makes another therapist just as successful as I am.
Yeah.
It was a slam dunk winner. And then you just started adding in more and more tech. You start weeding off, those insurance those insurance carriers that are poor payers. And it opens up opportunities you didn't even know.
Yeah. That's amazing.
Was happening.
That's amazing. And I think that's what the book is really trying to teach people, is how to not stay stuck in that only insurance-based trading time for money cycle, and how to use other tools, other modalities, other resources to be able to not only help clients, but to increase the length of your career.
I think that, yes. But the other thing is that what I just saw, like you were talking about the different type of providers or different types of consultants, and they say, well, how to reactivate your patients or how to keep them into your system longer. And I started investigating RTM, and I'm thinking, this is a good way that I'm already doing this. I'm already giving people home exercise programs. They're canceled, or what I want to be able to serve them.
Right.
Like yesterday, I got a call. And, hey, my back, I can't get up. My back is hurting. What can you do for me? So here, let me send you a home exercise program. I mean, now we can get paid doing that.
Right.
I've done that for years.
Right.
But now it's like, there's value in it. There is value in what we do. And so let's just find a way. How can we craft ways to, whether it be technology, whether it be YouTube, whether it be Instagram, whatever it is, just become that trusted resource, because the information's out there. You just have to be that trusted resource that people go to.
Yeah, I love it. You talk about dropping insurance. And I know that must have been a huge leap. And I know you haven't dropped all insurances, but you've dropped a lot. For all the insurances that you dropped, was it worth it?
Yes.
Tell me why.
It's not the money you make, it's the money you keep. Number one.
Okay.
That's huge. I mean, when somebody writes you a check versus sending it in, and that goes through a third-party administrator, then it goes through your clearinghouse, and then it goes to the processing. I mean, how much money you actually end up losing just by processing that claim. And then I can guarantee you it's going to get denied, or at least 30% of them are going to get denied. Yep. It's like, I got to work twice as hard to get that money back. So yeah, that's no brainer, because you know what? All those people that have had their health insurance, if you deliver really good care, they're going to come to you anyway.
You said earlier that there was this moment for you where you were in the clinic and you were basically like, you broke down, and it was like 9 p.m. at night, and you're just like, I can't do this anymore. Now that you have created all these things, and now even doing this book and doing trainings and webinars for practices and partnering with companies, what would you tell that Jacqui that was probably sobbing on the floor?
It almost makes me want to cry now. just because it was how much time I lost with my family. And it's because I was identifying as a therapist and not the business owner. I had to be the therapist. I had to be the person that had to do the result, had to give the care and come up with the system and manage the office and do all the things that at the end of the day, I had nothing left. And I wish somebody would have just said, you do what you do best. And it's not the what, it's who can do these other things for you. I wish I would have known that because I thought I had to do everything. Right. And when you start your business, you're so scared to spend any more money. Right. It's like, no, it's going to be okay. You just have to diversify and you have to surround yourself with other people. Right. And other people in other industries. Right. Healthcare does not have the answers to the problem in healthcare.
Wow.
They don't.
So you would tell that, Jacqui, you've got to go find the problems and you might have to go outside of healthcare to find the problems. That's number one. You said that you need to do the thing that you do best. And then delegate the rest.
Oh my gosh, that's
all right.
True.
So that Jackie's on the floor. She's sobbing.
Sobbing like a baby.
And she's like this. Okay, I hear you, Jacqui. Okay, but who first? So who first? Who would you tell that, Jacqui, first? Who do you need to get first? That one that was on the ground. Because I know there's a lot of people that are listening that are like, they're there.
The first person, and I never would have thought of, I would have another therapist. And at the time, well, for two things. That hire a consultant who can help you find the answers because you cannot possibly come up with the questions and the answers by yourself. You can't. You've got to find your people. And in having a coach and having other like-minded people, that's an investment, not an expense. Right. That's number one. Number two, hire another therapist. It may sound like, I can't hire somebody. You can afford not to. Right. You can't. You can have other people do those things. My job had to be the visionary. My job, and that's what I believe I'm a little bit of a visionary tornado too. Creative brain all over the place, all over the place. But yet I have a team that their skill set complements my skill set, right? And we get along incredibly well. I probably frustrate the heck out of them, but
don't worry. I do the same as well with mine. All right, so me and you are kindred spirits when it comes to tech. I realize that you like tech as well. You just heard from my team that I
love it.
I'm a techie geek and I love tech as well. But not everybody in healthcare has embraced tech. So my question to you is, what do you think is one of the biggest myths with regards to technology in healthcare, which makes people say, I'm not going to use this?
I think one, they don't know what they don't know. Number one. Number two, it doesn't replace a therapist. Everybody thinks of if I'm going to just, put them on an old interferential unit and I'm going to walk away. I'm like, tech will amplify your results. If you're good and you know what you're doing, oh my gosh, you invest in tech. And I say invest because now that we don't hardly market. Our patients do the marketing for us. Right. And it has opened up opportunities to treat things that we never could have treated. 5 years ago, we are treating conditions I know I would have never even thought we could treat successfully. Right. Which automatically, if you live in a rural area, if you're trying to compete, like there's only so many people in your area, find something that you can treat a lot more things with just the same exact technology.
Wow. That's powerful. I believe that with tech, with delegation, with thinking outside the box, with getting help and just being able to think bigger, you can achieve freedom. And I know that's one of the things that you talk about in your book. Can you tell me what your definition of freedom is now?
Freedom is having room to breathe. It is freedom instead of always seeing every single hour of the day from 7 to 6 is filled with patients. freedom for me and freedom for our staff. We don't work on Friday afternoons. We don't work on Friday afternoons.
Wow.
I went from working from 7 to 7 every single day, and then eventually no staff or very few staff, to now we start at 7. We're done at 5. We leave room. We have margin that we really carve out time for our staff for meetings, because that's when you collaborate and you talk about, and you like, hey, let's talk about this, improve better patient care. How can we evolve? How can we make our systems better? You put your team into it. It makes your business on a smaller team, just like you. I mean, our team is smaller, but our team is so much stronger.
So much stronger.
So much stronger. We trust each other more.
Right. Oh man, that's amazing. There's not too many clinics that work 7 to 5, and you said on Fridays
we're
you
done at
close
1.
at 1 o'clock, and are surviving. But you are, and I think success leaves clues. I think there's a lot of things that you're doing that you're just kind of in your world, and you're just like, yeah, that's what we're doing because we have to survive. But I think a lot of practices aren't there. And so I'm really excited about you having the book out. I'm excited about you moving to what I call a level 10 opportunity, which is, hey, we've done some really cool things with our clinic, with our practice. So we're going to continue to do that. But now it's time to get other practices on board that are struggling, and they don't want to fully go cash, and they don't want to fully do online, but they want to be able to just optimize what's in front of them. And I think you're going to be able to help them out
I hope so
in
too.
a really, really, really powerful way. So,
And the other thing, I do think there is a big shift. I think it's sad that in the United States that we spend more money on healthcare than any other country, yet we're the sickest country in the world.
right.
And I think with AI, people want information, and I think they're kind of getting sick of it too. So now, like, what's the solution to the healthcare crisis?
Right.
Is that we don't use it.
Right.
And when you can pivot a physical therapy business, we're either going to collapse, or I see it like we can use this as how can we optimize? How can we use tech so that people don't even have to use the system to begin with?
That's awesome. Well, thank you. You did it. Fantastic job. The Insurance Casino: Why Betting on Reimbursement Will Leave You Broke and How to Stack the Odds in Your Favor. Jacqui, thank you so much
Thank you, Greg.
doing this with me.